I want to quickly talk about next steps after you've thrown your bowl. So this is literally the bowl that I threw in your class yesterday. I set it up on that table. I didn't touch it. It's just been sitting there, okay? I didn't do anything to it, and ta-da! It is not attached to my bat anymore because when your clay dries, it loses its stickiness and it stops sticking to the bat. So whenever you are done with your bowl and you let it sit in your shelf space, you don't have to pry it off, you don't have to cut it off. You will literally walk in one day and it won't be attached anymore. Sometimes it's not as quick as just overnight. Mine was sitting out in the open, not in the cabinet, so mine was a little bit quicker, but it should happen within a few days, okay? Couple of things once this happens. First of all, never grab your bowl from the top lip. Can you imagine what would happen if I actually picked it up off the bat like this? You would chip a big chip out of it, okay? That happens every semester. So really make sure you're picking it up by the bottom thicker part so that you don't chip it, okay? What do you think I want you to do with the bat? Clean it, wash it, dry it, put it back in the correct sized pile in the bat cave, okay? Make sure that you wash it and dry it. The reason that they get warped is because if they get stacked and there's dirty chunks of clay, they get stacked unevenly. That's one of the ways that they can get warped, so make sure you wash and dry. And then as far as your bowl goes, if you cut a really nice foot, it should be pretty easy. And then we also have the texture of the bat on the bottom that we really don't want. So no matter what, even if you cut the best foot that's ever been cut on a wheel thrown bowl, I still want you to go ahead over to a sink and I want you to sponge, okay? So I'm gonna take a little sponge, I'm gonna take it around the bottom edge, and I'm also gonna sponge the texture off. Be careful how you're grabbing your bowl as you're doing that. I'm actually grabbing down here at the bottom. Make sure that you don't chip it, okay? We want the bottom edge and the bottom of the bowl to be really nice and smooth. Now, if you have your bowl come off the bat and maybe you didn't cut such a great foot and it's really kind of jagged and cracky around the edge, what do you think you could do? Do you have to start over? What do you think you could do? What do you think? What tools could you use to make it look like nice and even and smooth around the edge? Could you keep sponging it and just keep going with that? You could definitely do that. You could also, if it's really bad and really uneven, you could take a ribbon tool and just really carefully shave with the ribbon tool until you have a really nice, even, and smooth edge, okay? Now, the next thing that I want you to make sure that you do, because we're gonna have a lot of very similar looking bowls, as soon as it dries off the bat, write name and period number on the bottom so that we don't get mix-ups with bowls, okay? We're gonna have a lot that look very similar. There's nothing really defining about a wheel-thrown bowl, okay? So make sure you do that. And then, do you think once it dries off the bat, you wash and dry your bat, you smooth the bottom, you put your name and period number, can I go ahead and put it right on the cart to get fired? What needs to happen? I need to grade it. Perfect. So everyone always gets excited when their bowl comes off the bat and it's done. They want to get it fired so they can glaze it. I get it. Let me grade it first, okay? So make sure it gets graded. I am happy to grade before it's actually due so that you can kind of clear out your shelf space and get it moving. So as soon as you are done with it, it dries off the bat, I will go ahead and grade it, and then you can get it on the shelf to get fired.